I've been taking Clozapine for 5 years now. I was sort of in and out of hospital for quite a few years there in my 20s, and it wasn't until I started taking Clozapine that things started to turn around.
I was on Clozapine for 5 years. I came into hospital and I was quite unwell, and the doctors put me on Clozapine.
I've been taking Clozapine since 1997.
I think I started in 2004, about 13 years ago.
I was on Clozapine for a little bit over 20 years. I usually took about 200 milligrams, and it would go up to 250, 300 if I was having problems.
I take 600 milligrams daily, 100 in the morning, 100 in the afternoon, and 400 at night. My doctor recommended splitting the doses because I was still getting some breakthrough symptoms in the morning and in the afternoon.
Oh, I take it at night. Yeah, I take it at night. Makes you very drowsy at night, so go to sleep.
I don't remember the dose I started on, but it went up to 600, and I was smoking at the time. And because of help from the Croydon Health Centre, I quit smoking and had to reduce the Clozapine to 500.
It was really stabilising. I found it really good. Helped me with my sleep, it helped with the voices, helped with my mood as well.
Some unpleasant side effects, but in general, I'm here today because of Clozapine and other holistic methods, but generally Clozapine's sort of been that one drug that's worked for me and no other drugs worked.
The positive thing about taking Cloz was mainly a blanket of security. It's a very good drug to get you stable, so that was very good for me, especially when you're younger with a mental illness. You don't know exactly how it progresses and how to deal with it as well. So it helps you establish yourself so you can live properly. Because if you're in and out of mental wards and having breaks all the time, it's very hard to maintain any sort of normal, healthy lifestyle.
4 out of 5 psychosis is not bad, you know. I mean, agoraphobia, paranoia, anxiety, restlessness. All I've got now is schizophrenia, which is just voices. And the voices actually diminish being on Clozapine programs. And that's not bad. Say 4.5 out of 5 symptoms actually, being affected because of Clozapine.
The blood tests were quite challenging, having to have blood taken every month, and also the Clozapine made me nauseous.
I mean, the drowsiness kind of wears off after a while. I was really tired for a while when I first started taking it in the mornings, but it's like 9:30 now, and a few years ago it would have been impossible to get out of bed almost. But these days the side effects start to sort of reduce over time, I think.
The side effects of all antipsychotics are unpleasant. Cloz is a little worse. I put on a lot of weight, and it also constipates you like crazy, which is very unpleasant as well. The heart exam was a negative worry, and so was the monthly blood work.
Basically, it makes you very drowsy. That's why you have to work in categories, either high level or low level, and find a minimum dosage. Yeah.
At the moment I'm quite used to it. It wasn't a real problem for me except sedation of the body and the mind, feeling tired, and I have to wait a few hours before I get my strength back in the morning.
About a month. I was in hospital for a period of time, and over about a month it kind of kicked in, and I began to feel the effects of it. The voices were reduced, paranoia was reduced, and delusions were reduced as well.
Probably 6 months to a year. I mean, I noticed a few positive things after I started taking it, but I really sort of felt my life started to get back on track after about a year or so.
I felt the benefits of Clozapine after a couple of months. Some people take a lot longer, but after a couple of months of taking it, I sort of felt it really take hold.
It took 6 years, just persevere with it, basically. Yeah. There's no other medication on the market back in 1907. That was the most advanced.
Antipsychotics have a reputation as being quite heavy drugs, and they're quite sedating. So I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to function properly with them, and if I'd be having to sleep during the day, and just normal day-to-day activities would become harder. But once I started taking it and I was in a routine of taking the Clozapine, it became easier. So I just compensated by maybe sleeping a little bit more, but trying to be active during the day.
Yes, I'd heard a story about Clozapine and the side effects it can have. I was kind of just a bit desperate at the time because I was just really quite tormented by my mental health condition. So I was kind of just being led by my doctor in a way, who I really trusted and is one of the best doctors I've ever had.
So I would say do it, take the Clozapine and see how you go. You could also look at getting your life in order and maybe coming off it because it is such a heavy drug. But if you're in such desperate need for resolution of your symptoms, so the voices and the delusions and the paranoia, the positives far outweigh the negatives.
Clozapine's worked wonders for me, but I know it's a bit of a lifestyle change taking it though. So I just it's just sort of think about that before I start taking it, I think, seriously.
I would say be as practical as possible, eat well and get some exercise, and just try and understand that it's probably going to make you put on weight. So you're going to have to work a lot harder to be just normal.
You have to occupy your mind, and you have to occupy your body in doing things. You can't just sit there and do nothing and order pizzas and smoke, and then you have to be active in the circles of friends in the health system. I make friends in the circle of the health system. And then the peer workers, they encouraged me and said I'm doing well.
Having a good routine is key for me. Keeping busy, not sort of spending time alone dwelling on things, like being isolated or anything like that.
The Hearing Voices group actually helps me quite a lot, as well as the medication. I think having peer support is really important, and that goes hand in hand with the medication. If you can be stabilised on the medication, then you can start working on different other areas of your life. As your mental health improves, you can maybe drop back on the Clozapine as well.
No, because I'm able to, actually, because of my frame of mind now, I must admit I have ability to reflect over the past years through when I was diagnosed with psychosis, taken to a psychiatric hospital, and eventually merged out into the community and all that. So basically, that's why I'm staying with it. It's actually wise to stay on it, because it works for me. I can't speak for anyone else because everyone has their own metabolism in terms of how they react with on the Clozapine program.
So it's a heavier drug, and I was getting older and I felt like I could go off the heavier one onto something that was a bit easier to deal with, because I'm at a stage where I am stable now.
Hope for me means having something to look forward to in my life, whether it be work, friends, entertainment, just a way out of your mental illness and thinking about your mental illness all the time.
I hope that I can be much better. I hope the sort of the problems of the world are not my problem, but thinking there's North Korea and all that, that's the world's problems. My problem is just that I'm schizophrenic. I have schizophrenia. I'm diagnosed with schizophrenia and paranoid type. So my little world is in the health centre, reading the Bible, going to church, socialising the best I can.
Just living without getting myself into too many desperate situations, and being able to, go for walks and, enjoy buying a coffee out.
For me, hope looks like just my family. I'm married and I've got a 7-month-old son. And I'm sort of coming home every day after work and being a peer support worker, and my life right now in this moment is just my happiness now, definitely.